Hey DIY lovers, if you're looking for high-end looking wall decor on a budget, you're in for a treat. Today, I'm showing you 5 stunning Dollar Tree DIYs that are easy, affordable, and guaranteed to upgrade your space using only Dollar Tree items. But first, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Laura G and I love DIYs and turning affordable finds into beautiful home decor. So without wasting any more of your time, let's jump right into DIY number 1. So for our first DIY, we're starting with these gorgeous silky Dollar Tree robes. They come in different colors and I picked up 3 different colors to give it a layered effect, as you would see. I also grabbed some small round pocket mirrors from the Dollar Tree. You will also need a scissors or a cordless electric cutter like the one I currently have, linked in the description box below. Using cardboard, I cut out 5 circles in various sizes. You could also use foam board for this if you want a firmer base or if you want something lighter. So I am cutting out these 5 circles in different sizes using my plate, but you could also use any other circles that you have around you, or you could use the pen and thread method. So I'll go ahead and cut out 5 different circles in 5 different sizes. Just watch as I do this. Meanwhile, if you're new here, you're very welcome, and to my returning subscribers, you're so much loved and thank you so much for sticking with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss out on creative home decor ideas on a dime. Now let's carry on. Now that my circles are all prepped, this is where the magic happens. I will be adding the pocket mirrors to a few of the circles for that modern boho vibe, as you would see. And then next, I will be gluing the ropes in spirals around each circle and around each mirror, as you can see me do. For the first one, I'll be using all 3 different colors at different stages of our DIY. Just watch as I do this. So the pop-up on the screen is just to let you know I do have a bonus DIY at the end of this video, so you may want to watch to the end to see what that is. I did notice that the colors, these ropes actually do come in 4 different colors. It has a darker brown, it has a caramel, and a lighter or beige color, and then the red color as well. So I got all 4 of them, but I will only be using 3 of the colors for this DIY. And that is because they kind of look monochromatic, and I think that would be visually appealing than actually adding the red to this. So I'll go ahead and add the beige color at the end of our first circle. Just watch as I complete this. Alright, so as you can see, our first circle is come to completion. And the other ones, I will have the mirrors placed at different sections on them, not at the center like I did for the very first one. So on here, I have it on the side, just to spice things up. Also, as you can see, I have the rope going in a different direction on this one, and I'm also using just 1 color for this one. So I'm using the darker brown for this, and at the edge, you can see I have the rope firmly bent, and then I continue over to the next side using my hot glue. You could also use any other adhesive of your choosing, not necessarily hot glue. This is just my preference. Okay, so we're done with number 2. I'll go ahead and complete the rest just to avoid, repetition. But now I believe you get my point on where I am headed with this DIY. I will have another one done in the same way, but with a different color. I used the beige for that one, as you would see. And here we go. And then I have another one with the center, all the same color, and a smaller one that kind of mimics the larger one as well. And here we have all 5 of them. Done and ready. I will use this Velcro to have them attached on the back and onto our wall. And this is our final look. What do you think? So simple, so elegant, and guess what? It costs less than $10 to make. Perfect for a gallery wall or even as a solo statement piece. You can place this however way you want, in whichever room you want. So at the end of this video, let me know in the comments section which of these 5 DIYs was your absolute favorite. Also, it is worth mentioning here that even though I did choose to use just the colors of the ropes as they came or as it comes, you have the option to actually paint over this if you want to, okay? So you can have this painted black, white, gold, silver, whichever color you want to blend in or match your home aesthetics. I love the neutral or natural colors of the ropes, so I chose to keep them as is for this DIY. So what do you think? Would you rather we have this painted or would you keep it as is? Let me know in the comments. Now for DIY number 2, we're working with Dollar Tree bamboo skewers. Yes, the kind you'd use for grilling. This one was so satisfying to make. I also used cardboard for this one, and you could also switch this or substitute this for foam boards if you please. I cut out multiple cardboard circles, just like in the previous one, and using lids of my pots. You could use plates. Again, you could use the pencil or pen method with the thread, and you cut out different circles. And I will be doing so with 5 different circles as well. Pretty much similar to our very first DIY. Once I have that all cut out, I'll set that aside, and now it's time to work with our skewers. I used an angled ruler and arranged the skewers using painter's tape to keep them aligned. Just watch as I do this. So make sure to leave out no gaps, and the angled rulers does help to have them aligned properly, and then I use the painter's tape to actually pick them up easily. This way it stays in place. So I'll go ahead and make a bunch of this, multiple of them. I think I used over 5 packets or 6 packets of skewers or bamboo skewers, and I just went ahead and made a bunch of those. And then we're going to move on to the next stage, which is gluing the skewers onto the cardboard. So I will use Mod Podge for this. You could also use Decor glue or any other stronger adhesive of your choosing. So use a generous portion of this and have it spread out on the cardboard properly, covering every inch of the cardboard. And then next, I will go ahead and have our skewers glued onto the board. So this is where I'll be creating different kinds of designs using the bamboo skewers. So it is up to you how you want this aligned. You could have them all in the same direction, or you could have them placed in different directions like I am currently doing for one. I will have them placed differently on the different circles. Okay, so once I have all of this placed, I will go ahead and set them aside overnight to actually dry and cure properly before moving on to the next stage. As you can see, having the painter's tape on this helps for you to move around or move things around very easily without causing a mess. So I really liked the idea of using the painter's tape for this. Okay, so now that it's still wet, it's easy to actually arrange and, move your skewers around however way you want them. But once that is dry properly, you cannot make any kind of changes because that is going to rip off from the cardboard. So make sure to have everything placed the way you want. Cut them where you want them cut prior to letting them dry. Okay, so that was basically it. Everything was all set and dry. As you can see right now, this is the next day. I will go ahead to actually start cutting off the excesses or the excess skewers just around where we have our circle. Okay, so I will be using my wire cutters or pliers to get the perfect circle shapes. So I recommend keeping the painter's tape on the skewers while doing this so that it doesn't skip around, because I did notice that that will be a thing. But if you do have your painter's tape on there, it keeps them still glued together and you can use that for another project. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take off my painter's tape from them. At this point, you can leave them as it is and your wall art is good to go, but I like a little bit extra. But first, I'll go ahead and sand the edges using this for a nice smooth finish or smooth and cleaner look. Because right now it was pretty rough, but then I'll go ahead and have this smoothen out so that it looks, proper. So now once that was done, I will go ahead and use larger skewers or marshmallow skewers for this one along the lines where I have my designs. So because I have them placed in different directions, I just wanted to highlight certain areas of the circles, just to give it, some kind of pop. You could place this however way you want. You could also use wooden dowels, bigger ones, if you want to make an even larger impact. But I'll be using the smaller ones and using 2 of them. Just watch as I complete this. Alright, so although I'm using hot glue to put this together, I do strongly recommend using a stronger adhesive for this. You could use super glue, tacky glue, whichever one, and that works just fine. Well guys, this is our final look. Not final look per se, but this is as good as they come. At this point, you can leave this natural, or you could choose to stain them with a wooden stain like I'm going to currently do for a rustic look. Or you could even go bold with paint. Okay, so I choose to go with the clean neutral color by staining them. And that way it adds a rustic chic touch to any room. But if you're a colorful person, of course, like I said, you could have this painted whatever color you want. And now this is our final look. What do you think? Please do let me know again in the comment section what your thoughts are on this one. If you will leave them natural, or if you're going to use wood stain like I did on this, or whatever color, which other color you think would look good on this. Do let me know in the comment section. Well guys, as you know, the traditional Norwegian Nook is there's a word of the day. And the word of the day today is ropes and skewers. So if you can please comment ropes and skewers down in the comment section below and show your girl some love, I would greatly appreciate it. That is because we're using ropes and skewers today from the Dollar Tree. With that said, let's move on to our next DIY. If you've ever been down a Pinterest rabbit hole, this one is for you. This DIY is Pinterest inspired and gives major modern gallery vibes. Okay, so I used Dollar Tree braid ropes and foam board for this. So that's basically the 2 items you would need for DIY number 3. So just like we did for our first and second DIYs, I will be cutting out circles. So I cut out large donut-like circles, big outer circle with smaller ones in the center as you would see me do. But first, I'm cutting out the outer circle on our foam board. You could use anything, once again, to draw up your circles. Or you could use the pen or pencil method with a thread. So once I had all my circles cut out, using my electric cordless cutter or scissors or an X-Acto knife, whichever one works conveniently for you. We don't judge here, okay? So I did use my X-Acto knife for this. And also because when I will be cutting out the smallest circle in the middle, thereby creating my donut shapes, it is best to use an X-Acto knife since you do not want to puncture the other parts of your circle. So I will use this small mirror from the Dollar Tree to actually draw out my circle, which I will eventually cut out. Alternatively, you could actually choose to have a mirror at the center of this DIY instead of keeping it hollow like I will be doing in this DIY. Just watch as I do this. I went ahead and prepped 5 different circles of different sizes, as you can see, and that is our Pinterest inspiration right up on there. I will go ahead now to work on this. First things first, I had my hot glue heating up, while I will go ahead now to lay out my braid ropes around my circles, starting from the middle section and working my way outward. Just watch as I do this. These ropes from the Dollar Tree actually come in 3 different colors so far. From my Dollar Tree, I don't know if there are other colors. I think there is this green, there is red, and there is yellow. The colors are pretty vibrant and I really love them. You could choose to keep that as is, as you'll see towards the end of this video. But first, talking about the ropes and the glue. Although I am using hot glue here, you could use any other stronger adhesive of your choosing. However, I do recommend using any adhesive that dries instantly because this rope is easy to work with, but if it's not drying out immediately, your design may not stay in place. So just make sure to keep that in mind. I love how this is coming along. What do you think? The pattern on these ropes just looks really beautiful and very easy to work with. Again, I used foam board for this, but you could also do this on cardboard. I think we all order from Amazon and we probably all have a bunch of Amazon boxes laying somewhere in your house. So you do not need to buy foam board to do this. You could just use any foam board cardboard you already have laying somewhere in your house, okay? Alright, so I had that sealed at the end with my hot glue and this is what it looked like. Note that I started the rope alignment right in the center, in the middle of the circle, and then started working my way around. I will go ahead and do the same for the rest of our circles. And this is basically what it looked like once I was done. Look at those colors, guys. Very vibrant and inviting. So I have the option to keep them as is, but I chose to actually have them painted eventually. You will let me know in the comments section which of the colors looked best for you and which color you would have opted to actually paint this. But first, I decided to prime them using Mod Podge. This way, this stays sturdier for longer, and also when you eventually paint it, it looks better and, more crisp and clean. So because I'm doing this with Mod Podge requires for you to let it cure in about 12 to 24 hours. So I had to let them stay overnight until the next day, and I decided to use black paint and also some gold paint for variation, as you would see. So I tried them out with just the colors of the ropes. What do you think? This will look really good in a kid's room or some library or some vibrant corner in your house. And then I did black and eventually gold. And also a mixture of black and gold, as you would see. Which of these options stands out best for you? Please let me know in the comments section. Black and gold combined, all black, or all gold, or the mixed colors. Do let me know down below in the comment section. Personally, I really love how stunning this turned out. These look like sculptural art pieces you'd pay a lot of bucks for. What do you think? I also like that it gives the illusion of metal wall art, especially the gold, but it's just rope and foam board, and so budget friendly. That is what this channel is all about, guys. Creating budget-friendly DIYs for my DIY lovers. Okay, so now on to our next DIY. For DIY number 4, let's get into texture. I will be using these Dollar Tree poly ropes to create some textured wall art DIY. So for this one, we would not be using any cardboard or foam board. even though that can be used if preferred. So I will go ahead and start wrapping or folding our rope, spiraling it onto a flat surface. But first, I will make sure to actually have that all glued out prior to placing that on the surface. A plate helped keep the shape while gluing. Of all the ropes I've been using in this video, this I would say was the hardest in terms of the texture and how it feels. It is stronger to actually mold compared to the others. Of course, because these are poly ropes. So I used this ceramic plate to actually help while I glue it, and also because I wanted it to have like a curvy shape, a plate-like shape eventually once I am done. So I was, as you can see, so I was doing that on this plate so that it kind of like mimics the shape of the plate eventually. All right, to end it, I used my hot glue to actually glue and seal the end of the rope, just so there are no loose ends. I will be making 3 of these rope plates in varying sizes, small, medium, and large, as you can see. These ropes only come in 2 colors so far from what I have seen, blue and white. And this is the white I'm currently working with. Once again, you could keep the final result as is without painting them, but I will be painting these ones using baking soda and white acrylic paint. I will go ahead and mix white acrylic paint with baking soda for that textured ceramic look. Again, like I mentioned, you could stop here or get creative like I did and paint your designs using different colors. First things first, I went ahead to have that painted all white with our mixture. And this is what it looks like. So this kind of gives it a modern boho look. Very minimalist as well, for those who like minimalist decor. Having the baking soda and the acrylic creating this texture kind of hide the fact that this was actually made from ropes. So this is what the white one looks like. But then I decided to get, a little more funky and decided to use light brown and black acrylic paint to create some kind of design and pattern on our wall art. Just watch as I do this. Although I am using white, black, and some light brown or caramel colored for this, you could use any other colors of your choosing. So this is just me, exercising my creative rights. It's all about DIY, it's all about you trying stuff, okay? And perfection is not needed here. So we're going to go ahead and have this painted however way we want, because that is our right. Or you could just keep it all white, or keep it all whatever color you choose to go with. Also, compared to the other 3 DIYs where we had them all very flat surfaced, this I wanted it to have some kind of plate structure. So giving it like a, plate DIY, wall art plate DIY kind of idea, almost like a calabash. And this is what it looked like once I had it painted. All right, so please do let me know in the comments section which of these DIYs was your absolute favorite. I contemplated actually using just black paint on this and just doing some kind of markings on them. Nice boho markings, and that would look just as good as well if you would like to go in that direction. Otherwise, keeping it plain works just fine. And now for our final DIY, our bonus DIY. This one is a cute little bonus using leftover silk rope, and I love it because it is fun and they actually are very functional as well. So I already had pretty small circles cut out using foam board, And all I had to do was to do the same thing I did for the very first project, but having our red ropes go around the cardboard circles, and that's basically it. So these make a very cute drink coaster, and using cardboard as the base, you could also use foam board if you wish. These are perfect for your dining table or coffee table, and you can totally scale it up to make placemats too. I just didn't make them, but you can do the same thing. Matching placemats will go very well with these coasters, don't you think? Cutting out cardboard in whatever shape and sizes you want, and you could also make, placemats, and that's about it. Easy, functional, and pretty. With that said, that brings us to the end of our DIYs. Let me know which of these DIYs was your absolute favorite. And until our next DIY, you have a great day. Do not forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button and drop a comment down below. Thank you for watching and have a great day.